Hi, I'm Chris from Focusrite Novation, and I'm with the guys at Absolute Music in Bournemouth, and we're going to take a good first look at the brand new Novation Launchkey controller keyboard. Alongside the other Novation controller keyboards such as the Impulse range and the SL range, the brand new Launchkey range offer a huge amount of control over your DAW software, and also can be used in conjunction with the brand new iOS apps from Novation, the Launchkey and the Launchpad apps. The Launchkey is available in 3 different sizes: the 25 note, the 49 note and the 61 note version. Each has a fantastic feeling keybed for playing, but also delivers a huge amount of control from the faders, the encoders and the drum pads, which allow you to take full control over your DAW software. Using a brand new feature called In Control, the Launchkey is able to take control of your DAW with ultimate ease. Very little setup is required. Using In Control, the faders, encoders and drum pads can instantly map to the instruments and effects and mixers within your DAW software. Let's take a look at the Launchkey in action. So at present I have my Launchkey 49 connected directly into Ableton. However, the Launchkey range will work with most major DAWs, including Cubase, Logic, Fruity Loops, Reason and Pro Tools. Working within Ableton, we can see that by using my faders, initially I'm going to be moving my volume controls. If I need to move and find other tracks, I can use the track button here and move across to my first set of faders and move those also. When using In Control with Ableton, the Launchkey's 8 encoders give you hands-on control over the parameters of your virtual instruments or audio effects. I'm going to use the track button here to move across to my lead sound, and now use the encoders to take tactile control over the sound. This is a great way of taking tactile control over your virtual instruments, making them feel a lot more natural to play. Underneath the Launchkey's 8 encoders, we also have 16 high-quality drum pads. I can use the drum pads in a variety of ways within Ableton. For example, I might want to actually use the drum pads to play drum sounds in an Ableton drum rack. In order to do this, I need to turn off In Control, and that's easily done by pressing the button in the centre of the keyboard. Now, each of the drum pads will send out an individual MIDI note message, allowing me to play the drums from my drum rack. The 16 drum pads can also be used in a different way within Ableton. For example, I can now use the 16 pads to control the clips and launch them in a very similar way that I would with the Novation Launchpad. For this I need to turn In Control back on, and now I can use the fast forward and rewind buttons to move up and down my arrangement, find the clips that I want to launch, and trigger them directly from the pads. The top row will trigger the clips, the bottom row will stop the clips. Alongside launching individual clips with the drum pads in Ableton's session view, I can also launch whole scenes, and this is done by using the circular button by the side of the drum pads. If I want to stop clips, I can stop them individually with the drum pads, or I can use the second circular button to stop all clips at one time. So we've seen how the Launchkey can work with Ableton, but as I mentioned, the Launchkey range will work with a whole variety of different DAW software. Here we've got Cubase open, and we can see that by using the faders, Once again, I've got instant control over my mixer. If I arm a track, I can use the keyboard to play from the keyboard. And by using a mapping that I've created, I can also use this to change the parameters in my instruments. Of course, I've got full transport controls on the Launchkey as well, and I can then record, play, stop, fast forward and rewind directly from the keyboard itself. So as we've seen, the Launchkey keyboard is completely at home controlling your DAW software on your PC or Mac computer. As well as this, the Launchkey can also control apps on the iPad. Novation have recently released two incredible apps available from the iTunes App Store, the Novation Launchkey app and the Launchpad app. And the Launchkey keyboard is the perfect complement to these apps. Using the camera connection kit, we can plug the Launchkey directly into the side of the iPad. And the great thing about connecting it this way is that the Launchkey is completely powered by the iPad. At the moment, we have no power supplies in this at all. So as we can see, using the Launchkey app, I can play the synth as we would normally do with a keyboard. And using the transport controls, I could turn the arpeggiator on and a latch on. At present, my in-control lights are turned on. In order to control the parameters in the Launchkey, I need to turn these off. And now I have full control over all of the parameters within the Launchkey app. The encoders allow me to change the parameters of the synth, and the faders will also act as envelope shapers as well. Using the first four, I can change the amplitude levels, and on the second four, I can also change the modulation envelope. The drum pads in the Launchkey app will act as presets, so I can use the top row to select a brand new preset. The bottom row of drum pads allow me to send the node in the Launchkey app to the various different parameter changes. If we want to start the Launchpad app, we can do so directly from the keyboard. Using the track buttons, if I press the right button, that will automatically open up the app on my iPad. Now, with my in-control switches turned on, my control surface on the Launchkey keyboard is fully controlling the Launchpad app itself. For example, the drum pads will now trigger the samples that are loaded into the Launchpad app. Effect changes to the sound, I can easily do so by using the encoders and the faders. If I go to the filter section in the app, my encoders will allow me to change the filters. If I want to change the volume of the different tracks, I can go to my volume section and then use the encoders to change the volume. If I want to use any effects on the pads, I can easily access the effects section by pressing the red button on the Launchkey. My pads now turn red and I have access to a whole variety of stutter effects and filter effects. Alongside using all these facilities in the Launchpad app, I can still access the sounds from the Launchkey from the keyboard. I still have access to my parameters within the Launchkey if I turn the in control switch off in the centre. So there we are, a good look at the brand new Novation Launchkey keyboard. Available in 25 note, 49 note or 61 note versions. It's the perfect control surface for your DAW software on your PC or Mac, and also with the iOS apps from Novation, the Launchpad and the Launchkey app. If you'd like any more information about the Launchkey keyboard, give the guys at Absolute a call or visit their website on www.absolutemusic.co.uk. Thanks very much for watching.